Welcome to the Adding and Managing Photos video. In this video, I'm going to explain how to upload your photos, make changes to them, and save them in Connect. I'll begin with adding photos. So let's get started. Before I begin adding photos, please remember that there is a 40 megabyte file size limit per photo. Also, there is a 40 photo limit per listing. Starting with the listing edit screen, go down the menu to Virtual Tours and Photographers. Then, click the Manage Photos button. You can see I've already got one photo uploaded here. Click the Choose File to Upload button. Navigate through your computer until you find the photos, and click on the ones you want. You can select more than one by holding down the Control key. Click Open or Save depending on your system. The selected photos will appear. This is List View. You can see it's a vertical view. If you're working with multiple photos, it may be easier to go to a grid view up here. Now you can see more photos at once on the screen, and it's easier to move them around and review them. Rearranging the photos. You can rearrange the photos using the arrow buttons. For example, I'll move number 5 forward one space into slot 4. You can also use the number box. So this is actually the front of the house. This should be in position 1. So I'll just type 1 in here. You can hit the Enter key, and it immediately jumps to that position. You can also drag and drop. For example, I'll put the rear of the house at the end. Place the cursor in the space by the photo, not on the photo, but in the space around the photo, and you'll see a 4-headed arrow or a cross. Hold down the left mouse button and drag it over into position. Now I've got the photos arranged the way I want them. I can edit them. There's a few things you can do. First of all, add details. You can add a title and a caption to each photo. In addition, if the photo is virtually staged, you can check the little box to indicate that it is virtually staged. Clicking the pencil gives you options to rotate the photo, move it a little bit, change the brightness and contrast, make it a little brighter, a little darker, and so on. And down here, of course, you see rotate left, rotate right. Sometimes you'll take a photo and you'll find that it's not vertical. It's upside down or sideways. And you can fix that by using these buttons here. Also, you can change the size a bit. I'll demonstrate that. Click Move Scale. Now this photo is kind of small. You see here it's got a lot of empty space around the sides. So I can click the Scale to Fit button. And now you see it fits right in. And that's the scale that it changed to right there. I can move the slider a little bit. So you make it smaller, bring it closer to the original. Notice this lamp post with some space on the side. When I hit Scale to Fit, it cuts off part of that lamp post. But it removed the white space from all 4 sides. The slider, notice that as I move it to the left, it gets a little smaller. Now I've got some white space above and below, but I've got the entire post. Adjust it as you see fit. And you can also roll your mouse wheel and hit the Save button. As you can see, it's filling up a lot more of the photo area. This photo you can't do too much with. It's vertical. Editing this one, you can change the size a bit, get a little more of it in there if you cut off the top and bottom, if you're willing to cut that off a bit. I wouldn't click scale to fit. I'd start moving it a little, just move this scale button here. But I can move it up or down a little bit. So maybe I'll move it down a little and then scale it some more. As you can see, you have a lot of control over this. And then hit save. If you want to see a larger image of the photo, click on it. And you get a larger view. Note the arrows. You can click the arrows and step through this enlarged view. When you're done, click Close Preview. On the upper left, click Save Changes. There'll be a little progress bar here. And you're back to the editing screen, and there are your photos at the bottom. Before I wrap up, I want to show you something very important about deleting photos from live listings. Now, this listing we've been working with is a sample draft listing. I'm going to switch the view over to a training live listing, active status. Hold on. Okay, this listing is active in our training account. I'll click Manage Photos, and here we are. Now, as you saw earlier, to delete a photo, I could simply click the X down to the lower right of the photo. I could also check a box and click Delete. Either way. Now, this listing being active, you're going to see a different message pop up. And I'll demonstrate with this final photo here. I'll just simply click the Delete button. Now, you'll notice this: photos are a vital part of our listing's history. You may replace outdated, low quality, and etc. You may not completely remove photos. You may not completely remove photos. You can replace photos, but you can't just simply delete them. Once you've got the photos in place, then they have to stay there, or something very similar. I'll click Continue. It did let me delete it. It does let me delete the photo, of course, but now I'm obligated to replace it with something similar. Okay, so understand that. Draft listings, delete away. It just asks if you're sure. Once the listing has been published, now it's going to give you that warning that you should not delete photos without replacing them. So now you know how to upload, rearrange, and edit the photos. In short, manage the photos.